and southern Kentucky. This is WYNT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Emily Bennett. We begin tonight with a developing story out of Knott County. That's where state troopers tell us a child died in a suspected animal attack earlier this evening. It all happened around 6 o'clock off Kentucky 1102, also known as Montgomery Creek Road in the Emelina community. We pointed that out to you on this map. Now, details are still limited, but Connor James has been out at the scene all evening. He talked with Kentucky State Police and now joins us live with what they know. Connor?
Yeah, Emily, an incredibly hard night for a lot of people out here. I'm at the mouth of Kentucky 1102. Law enforcement just cleared the scene at that home a little bit ago. They were coming up and down the mountainside where the body of that boy was found. Now, right now, law enforcement says this is a suspected animal attack, but obviously this is an ongoing investigation and an autopsy will have to be done to determine the exact cause of death. Now, the rain and lack of lighting actually made it somewhat difficult for first responders, and they're hoping that this autopsy will be able to reveal a little more information on that. Now, the body of the child was found quite a ways up the hill, I'm told. They don't have an exact number, but they did say hundreds of feet up. He was carried down the hill to the coroner's car, and the coroner left the scene at about 9 o'clock. Now, the Kentucky State Police were here, the Sheriff's Department were here, Kentucky Fish and Wildlife, and multiple other agencies. And in talking with them, they say these sorts of calls are never easy.
It's a really difficult thing to go through, but you know, part of being a professional in law enforcement or as a first responder, you got to take care of business first, and then you got to deal with that yourself too, to some degree. But obviously, the biggest focus has to be on this family at this time.
Now, Emily, before I send it back to you all, I do want to mention something. There is a lot of speculation on social media right now about what sort of animal might have caused this. Right now, that is nothing but speculation. The people we're talking to are the people that are working directly on this investigation. Anything else is unconfirmed and, like I said, speculation. So if you could keep that sort of stuff off social media for those people out there spreading that sort of stuff, that would be more helpful for the family and Kentucky State Police, who are continuing to work this investigation. Hopefully this autopsy will reveal, shed some light more or less on this situation. Emily?
Yes, thank you, Connor. And of course, you can always find more information on our website, WYMT.com, when we have it. Now, also in Knott County, state troopers arrested a man after a child porn investigation. According to a release, 55-year-old David Branham now faces a first-degree charge of possessing or viewing matter portraying a sexual performance by a minor. Now, he could spend the next 5 years in prison if convicted. Branham was taken to the Kentucky River Regional Jail. Now to Laurel County. That's where a father faces abuse charges after deputies say he left his 8-year-old daughter at home alone. Now, deputies arrested Luke Friends. They say a neighbor spotted the girl playing outside alone. The girl said her father was at work. Deputies eventually got in touch with Friends when he drove home. They say his license was suspended because of a DUI charge. Friends is charged with endangering the welfare of a minor and driving on a DUI suspended license.
Well, we've been dealing with these rainy conditions all night, but I'm here to tell you they're starting to give way and moving out of our area. I mean, even looking to downtown Whitesburg right now, they're looking to see a little bit of a break here in these showers. Roadways, though, still very slick, so just be careful if you're out on the roadways tonight because you could hit a wet spot. But here's these showers that have moved through over the past couple of hours, and if you look, they're really starting to make their way on out of here, and we're going to be seeing dry conditions as we head into tomorrow. Temperatures, though, have cooled down since this cold front has passed. I mean, temperatures already dropping into those mid-40s. Over into Lexington, they're already seeing temperatures in those mid-30s. So definitely on the chillier side, and we're going to continue to see these chillier temperatures over the next several days, really not warming back up and seeing those nice temperatures that we were seeing like earlier this week until we get to our weekend on Saturday. But with that cool down, we're also going to be seeing some nice dry weather for a little bit, and then we're going to warm up by the time we get into our weekend. Emily?
Thank you, Brooke. Now, as flood cleanup continues across southeastern Kentucky, Governor Andy Beshear announced $500,000 in grants for debris disposal. Now, the grants will be available for the 12 counties that declared states of emergency over the past several weeks. Now, new at 11, I talked to officials in Bell County about what this grant could do for the people. A flood that reached new heights.
We've got a lot more trash to deal with than in times past.
Leaving counties needing money that is not in the budget.
More so than any flood in the past.
Still assessing damage.
From completely washed out roads, bridge abutments impassable, slides.
Not sure how big that number will be.
We've been so busy doing repairs that, we've just not had a chance yet to sit down and put pen to paper.
But with new debris disposal grants from the state,
this grant will help us take it through our solid waste station, which will have it disposed of properly.
Making sure all the damage the floodwaters left behind will be thrown away properly.
If you take out our ability to be able to help those folks, you're talking about, they would be burning mattresses and plastics and, things that shouldn't be burnt, not just for the environment, but for that person's health as well, inhaling some of that.
Asking those with trash from the flood to put it on the edge of their property.
We can't go on their private property with our equipment and remove it.
So the county,
for somebody who's lost their belongings, it's really just started.
Can help the people. Now the state urges people to be safe while cleaning up and to not burn anything. Now times of pickup for the debris will be announced in the coming weeks. Now while families clean up from the flood, health risks need to be taken into consideration, which is why the Bell County Health Department is offering free Tdap boosters. The vaccine protects you from tetanus, diphtheria, and pertussis. Tetanus can be found in dirt, rust, and the muddy flood water. The bacteria enters your body through any kind of cut.
If you do have any open wounds, scratches, cuts, anything like that, being in the water, even like I said with the soil and dust and stuff, it can enter your body, and cause you, to have one of those infections.
It is recommended to get the tetanus vaccine every 10 years. Now you can go to the Bell County Health Department anytime Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 4:30 p.m. for the shot. As flood victims continue to clean their homes and put back together what was left behind, two men from Indianapolis are taking a different approach. Donnie Green first fell in love with Harlan on a mission trip, soon after bringing his neighbor, Scott Alio, to join him. WYMT's Lacey Roberts spent the day with the pair as they filled bellies instead of trash cans.
A 14-hour drive for the third time this year.
It's a blessing to me to bless people.
This year, making it Donnie Green's 20th year of helping those in need.
You name it, whatever these folks need, we have done it for them.
We, his neighbor, Scott Alio, also volunteering.
It's hard for me to leave here once I'm here because I want to help everybody, but you can't,
This time, here to help feed and clothe, hoping to help some have a place to call home again.
We brought down 2 couches, we brought down beds, we brought down a lot of clothes, we brought down food. People have donated money.
Green, hearing about the flood devastation in Harlan.
I said, I've got to go do something.
Giving back to people that are less fortunate than they are.
That have no way to gain new homes, new clothes, food sometimes, heat.
What they brought, gone in just a few days.
That's 6, isn't it? Close to $500 to spend on food.
Ready to spend more, taking these groceries to Cranks Creek Survival Center.
And as people come out there to ask for things, then it will be there for them.
As they continue to be here for a community that stole their hearts. In Harlan, Lacey Roberts, WYMT Mountain News.
Both Green and Alio say they are loading up another trailer and hope to be back in eastern Kentucky within 2 to 3 weeks. Now, from paint to props, volunteers lost everything in the Artist Collaborative Theater fire. As a nonprofit, donations keep the theater afloat. Now there are multiple ways you can help through fundraisers. You can become a show sponsor, participate in a Texas Roadhouse Dine to Donate program, or participate in a 5K. Children's Theater Director Emily Kingery says they did not want the fire to stop productions.
Our immediate needs right now are to be able to continue our season. We're just thankful, just so thankful.
There's also a chili cook-off and dessert bake-off scheduled. We have a list of how you can enter the fundraisers along with the dates and donation links on our website, WYMT.com. Now, many animal lovers in Kentucky gathered at the state capitol in support of a new bill that would reduce abuse and neglect. House Bill 108 and Senate Bill 21 would allow veterinarians to report abuse to police. Right now, Kentucky remains one of the worst states for animal welfare laws. Veterinarian Chris Albert says an elderly couple brought in a dog they feared was being sexually abused by their son, but she said her hands were tied.
What can you do? I can't risk my license to do that, and that's what it would have been. And of course, all I could do is treat that. I suggested that they report him.
Supporters are also pushing a bill that would provide immunity for people who break into cars to rescue dogs or cats. That's called the Hot Car Law. A new machine at Pikeville Medical Center is changing the game for patients, the ECMO machine. The machine is a life support machine that works as an external artificial lung. It takes blood out of the body, removes carbon monoxide, and oxygenates red blood cells, all while allowing the patient to rest.
Other than just let the lungs heal, we're able to let them rest and heal faster, or even at all. Sometimes they couldn't heal at all, even being on a ventilator. But with the ECMO machine, we're able to do the work for the lung or the heart, and they're able to get better when they may not have before.
PMC is now the only hospital in the region and one of only a few hospitals in the state to offer the ECMO as a treatment. People in Floyd County will now have access to a new ride. The county approved the motion for a new public transportation system. The county is using resources they already have. Right now, it is mainly used for senior citizens, but soon that will no longer be the case. One local business owner agrees a transportation system is very much needed.
Our area is more vehicle-based, so anytime that you can bring a vehicle to somebody in order to transport them, it's just going to be good for the citizens of the community.
The transportation service will be free to the public. Judge Executive Robbie Williams plans to release a schedule soon. You can look for it on the county's Facebook page. Coming up at 11, jury deliberation in the Harvey Weinstein trial continues, when we could see a possible verdict.
And we saw those warmer temperatures earlier today, but don't get your hopes up because a big cool down is here. I'll have more on that coming up.